Just another day that the Lord has kept me. Oh yeah, He has kept me from all sin and evil. He kept me with my mind stayed on Jesus. Another day.
Go ahead, sister.
The 7 heads and 7 mountains.
The 7 heads are 7 mountains. Go ahead.
On which the women sitteth. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come.
Most of these powers have lost their power, and a new power is coming. A new world order, a one worldism is coming out of it all, coming out of the combination of all of these beasts. Some of them have fallen back asleep, but inside the bottom of them, there is one who's working called Lucifer, and he's bringing up this power and this new empire in the midst of us, right up under our nose. They want your kids. That's why they're knocking on everybody's door for child support now, so they can get control of the kids. And they can control the woman's womb, so they can control where that baby Jesus is going to be born. They didn't do this once, they did it several times. They did it back in Jerusalem a long time ago, where Herod said, I want to check every baby boy that comes into this world, because I know the king is coming. The King of Kings and Lord of Lords is coming, and I'm going to kill him. And they're doing it to you right now, but you don't see it because they are dangling in front of you some money. Telling a sister, take him to court. Get some money out of him. You know why? Once she put her name in their computer, she became theirs. They can come out and suggest a doctor that you get an examination if you're not getting prenatal care. And if you don't get prenatal care now, they tell you that you can't have your baby in the hospital. So you gotta go to them so they can check the blood of the baby. They know the blood of Christ. And they know Christ is going to be born among us. Because it says in Matthew what? As the lightning shineth out of the east unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. They didn't call him the Son of God, they called him the Son of Man because he's going to be born of a man and a woman this time. Lightning does not come down, lightning goes up. Do a little investigation when you see lightning, like when you splash something and the spark you see, the lightning is really going up after what they call friction. Christ is going to come up this time like a thief in the night. They said he didn't come like a thief in the night before. Herod knew he was coming. That sounds like a thief. Talk to me. We were all the way in Persia, called Magus, or wise men, knew Jesus was coming and followed the star all the way to Bethlehem. That sounds like a thief in the night to you. But the new one is coming. You hear me? The Savior of the world is coming. He has to come like a thief in the night because the devil is looking for him. You just don't realize that the devil just has more sophisticated technology and capabilities than he had years ago. Now he uses the welfare, which is saying farewell to your man. And he's clocking your life. They're knocking on the door and saying, look, they're going to take pictures of your house and your car. And they'll say, look how he lives and look how you live. You need to get some of that money. Sign your soul to us. She's busy going after the dollar. What profit a man? And lose. So he knows how to tempt you. He dangle that money in front of him like this. Come on, get a couple of extra $100. Close your bank account because they want the money. But mainly, they want to control her genes. They want to control that baby because they know that baby Jesus is coming. They know why? Because they see the signs of the times. They see nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. They see pestilence in diverse earthquakes in diverse places. There's an earthquake in New York. Right? They see many false Christ. Check. Matthew 24. Coming, saying Jesus is Christ. Not saying they're Christ. Not like Yahweh, but Yahweh out there preaching Jesus is Christ, but going deep in their pocket and taking out that money. Jesus gonna say, I never knew you. You workers of iniquity. You vipers. But they gonna say, oh, didn't we heal and work miracles in your name? God's gonna say, get away from me. I don't know you. Oh, they're laying on hands and knocking old ladies down on the stage by running around the world and creating static electricity. Oh, he's good at it. I like that Hollywood too. He's stomping around the road and working at that static electricity. And they walk on that's like a pound in. You know what static electricity? Pound, they hit the ground and oh, that's what they're going. Oh, you just got electrocuted by his soul. For the power inside you can heal you, so you think he healed you, because Jesus said that woman what? By thy hem were you made whole. Your faith made you whole. You did it. That ain't how he can't heal him. He can't keep his hair from falling out of his head. How you gonna heal me and you going wrong? I'm saying at least get the fundamentals together. Talk to me, sis.
And when he cometh, he must continue a short space.
When this new beast rises, he has a short time. He only had 400 years. That's all he had to rule. 400 years. And it's already coming down. Other empires last for thousands of years. The Bible tells you this one got a short span. Go ahead.
And the beast that was and is not, even he is the eighth, and is of the seventh, and goeth into prediction.
Now if you calculate all those numbers, you see it comes out that he goes down into hell. Number mathematical. In fact, I translated the book of Revelations from Galilean and Greek so you can see word for word. Just pick it up or ask it, I'll give it to you. Now where we going?
And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings.
See?
Which have received no kingdom as yet.
Why? Because they were all in America, in the World Trade Center, in the United Nations building. They were getting rich. They were starting to build their nations. They just had this one worldism in the making. It was on their way. They didn't get their kingdom set up. It wasn't set up yet. China just got in. He just started working with them recently. And what happened? Go ahead.
But received power as kings 1 hour with the beast.
They got all that power. What else?
These have one mind.
One mind. One worldism. All these nations and all these kingdoms have one mind. They're working with the devil. Go ahead.
And shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
Hear that? Go ahead.
These shall make war with the Lamb.
They're going to make war with the Lamb. Go ahead.
And the Lamb shall overcome them.
Hey! You say that again. Boy, this is a long walk to get down to that period that means so very much to us true Christians. What happens? You're going to make war with the Lamb. However,
the Lamb shall overcome them.
Hey! You ain't going to win, y'all. That's why Matthew 24 says, y'all see that ye are not troubled. All these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. They gonna get there. Just chill out and stay in the grace of God, and you ain't got nothing to worry about. You start going into their world and being of their world, and then the devil's gonna get you. Step out of their world and stay in grace and follow the Lord. Go ahead.
For he is Lord of lords.
Tell me about it.
For he is Lord of lords.
Tell me about it.
And King of kings.
All right.
And they that are with him are called the chosen and faithful.
The chosen and the faithful. Now we can stay on, or as we say, وَتَصِلُوا بِالْحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. And we can hold on to that rope and never separate. We'll make it to the end. It's going to get rough. They're going to tempt you. They're going to going to try to make you break. They're going to try to make you fall. But you got to hold on to the rope. Some of you going to get pulled into the mud and the muck and the mire. But you got to hold on to the rope and never separate. You got to get strong at it. You got to pull at it. We got to pull a couple of the devils in the mud. We got to pull them down in the muck and mire. We got to make them squirm and suffer. But if we hold on that rope of God and we don't separate, great is our reward in heaven. We shall receive the crown of life if we hold on. Can we hold on? It sounds good, but can we hold on? Can we put on an incorruptible spirit this time? Can we get on the pace and not let the devil tempt us this time? Can we hold it and know when he's coming and feel him sneaking? Because you know he's crafty. He's subtle. He'll sneak up on you and have you smoking the reefer before you know it. You know what I'm saying? Because you love him or you trust him. Can we do that? That's where our war begins. Our war begins by setting down rules and regulations in the laws of God. I use God for those who need God. I use Allah for those who need Allah. And any other name that makes you feel happy because the principle is greater than what you think. I don't care what language you call on it. All the water's coming out the same place. Whether it's a stream or a lake or a little sprinkle or a faucet or an ocean, God is all one water. You understand? This one is called a spring. This one is called a pond. This one is called a lake. This one is called a river. This one is called an ocean, and it's all water. You with me? Go ahead.
And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are people and multitudes and nations and tongues.
Now I want you to look up the word nation. You know what you're going to find, which is frightening? Ethnic. The Greek word for nation there is ethnos. Ethnics, you people. It's right in the Bible. But they didn't put that, they put nation. But they didn't want you to see it. You can go get a Strong's Concordance or go into Borders or into Barnes and Nobles and go over in the biblical section and sit down and take a Strong's Concordance and read the Bible and see the Strong's number. Write it down and go in the back and look in the Greek and say ethnos. Ethnics. The target is us. The devil is targeting us. But they're saying all nations, why? Because we everywhere you can think. I was in France and niggas were speaking French. I was in Germany and niggas were speaking German. I was in Japan and niggas were speaking Japanese. I've been many places and I ain't been nowhere where I ain't seen a nigga yet. Niggas be popping up like magic. You go to Jerusalem amongst the Nazarites and the niggas up there. Mashallah. Speaking Hebrew. You follow? They told us they gonna spread us across the earth like the stars of the heavens. We everywhere. God's people is everywhere. God's chosen is everywhere. We are Israelites. We are Ishmaelites. We are Midianites. We are Hamites. We are what they call Mesramites. We are, give me some whites. But we ain't Amorites and we ain't Canaanites. That's your burden to bear. Genesis 9:25, Leviticus 14:33. Go read it if you dare not trust me. Go ahead.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
They're going to turn on her themselves. That's how you know who's really doing it. Go ahead.
And shall make her desolate.
And make her desolate.
And naked. And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
Wow, ain't that deep? You ready? I'm ready if you're ready.
For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast.
Keep going.
Until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou hast sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth.
New York City, Wall Street, World Trade Building, United Nations. That's the city where a harlot is coming out the water called the Statue of Liberty. It closes the book of the law of God and creates their own laws. Says in God we trust, but in the devil they trust. Go ahead.
And after these things, I saw another angel.
Tell them where we're going.
Revelations 18.
Now we getting to the nitty gritty. Y'all want to stop now? Because I'll take you through it. Now, I don't mind going home, you know. Let's go to Revelations 18 and walk that walk and talk that talk a little longer. Go ahead.
And after these things, I saw another angel.
Another angel came after those things. After these things are set up, another angel comes. And what happens?
Come down from heaven.
Yes.
Having great power. And the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great, is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils.
What? Babylon has become what?
The habitation of devils.
Who lives in New York?
Devils.
Who lives in Las Vegas?
Devils.
Who lives in Chicago?
Devils.
What? Another city of Nod, inhabited by devils and what?
The hold of every foul spirit.
And foul, unclean spirits roam the streets at night, seducing people, possessing people to do things they never could imagine they would do. Serial killers being possessed by forces. You know what I'm saying? These are spirit powers and human devils. Walking in the streets while you in Atlanta, every now and then you see one. I mean, sometimes you can see it. You say, that thing don't, that woman don't look human. That man don't, something about his features is strange, you know. Or you walk, you be somewhere and they get near, you be like, you can feel like a chill. You know what I'm saying? What's that? You know there's something wrong with that person. I had one look at me and smile. Scared the hell out of me. I ain't lying. Looked at me and smiled and around. Just looked over and he said, I was like, oh, Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I pride myself in being a warrior. Scared the hell out of me though. I was ready to pack my war equipment up. I'm saying, I'm one of them type of guys that I'm performing an exorcism that gets out of hand, I'm leaving. I'm leaving you with the same burden I met you. I'm gonna tell you how we're gonna handle this one. The roar was a little too loud. The voice a little too deep. The devil sound like it's a little too big. So you're gonna have to live with this, right? Y'all bring a little smaller devil, I'll work with you. But this one here was a big one. I don't want nothing to do with him. I'll walk out on you. So don't call me to do an exorcism if the devil's bigger than me. So I'm telling you, one scared me. They exist. You can see them in parties sometimes. You ever go to a party and you see somebody you know they're the devil? Something about them? They just be standing there. They're like, they ain't doing nothing, they ain't dancing. They just looking for souls. And then he usually has a friend around called Lilith. Lilith is fine. Here we go. You know, Jesus said if you're sitting with your eye puckered out, all of us would have no eyes. But when Lilith comes around, Lilith is fine. Look like everything is, you be looking from the head to toe, Lilith look good, right? That's the devil's daughter. She's in the party to lure you, to hold your attention. She even give you a number. 666. 6666. She's on it. Her job is to lure me and you, to break our lives, to destroy the marriages. Understand? Change us. Now I'm going back to that club next week, but them chicks over there was fine. Let's go back there next Saturday. You did that before? Man, I went down that party, man, that club was popping, man. It was drunk, some fine. You saw one mamas in there? We going back. They were there because they were supposed to be there to lure you there. You get old Lilith in the bathtub and wash all that stuff off and snatch that wig off and them teeth out of her mouth and them fake nails and that extra line on her lip and all that makeup and stuff like that. And she's like, what happened, Lilith? Lilith changed from Lilith to Lilith. Hey, brother, we can get through this.
And a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Man.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
People, there you go, fornications, what is it? Lust. You can stop using the word pornography and see that it's all about seduction and lust. We get to an age where we start thinking we're pretty or handsome, and all we start thinking about is girls and sex or boys and boyfriends. And that's when our life goes bad. Then school don't matter, future don't matter, church don't matter, nothing matters no more. I just want to be where the boys are. I just want to be where the girls are. That's all that matters. Right, go ahead.
And the kings of the earth have committed pornography, fornication with her.
Or lust. Go ahead.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich.
You know what they have for merchants? Emperors. The Greek word in there is emperors. Kings from other lands come here and can buy prostitution on the streets. They better not come from Saudi Arabia, and they better not get caught doing any prostitution in Saudi Arabia. They'll be all singing in soprano. Go.
The merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Hear that? America offers so much wealth, so much delicacies. But what?
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Jesus said, be in the world, but not of it. He didn't mean for you to try to get out. He just said, come out of her. Step out of her ways, my people. Come out of her and get back in grace. Go ahead.
Come out of her, my people.
Be not.
That you be not partakers of her sins.
Hey.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
Hey.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities.
And what?
Reward her even as she rewarded you.
She's getting back what she does to people. Go ahead.
And double unto her, double according to her works.
I ain't gonna do nothing like this. Two of them. Go ahead.
In the cup which she has filled to her double.
Her own abominations and fornications and filth, her cup is twice. She's going to get everything back twice full. Go ahead.
How much she has glorified herself.
Listen to this part.
And lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her.
How she glorifies herself. How they sit on television and say, we never thought this could happen here. We never thought anybody would hit us. You know, I don't feel safe no more. It gets deeper. Read on, brother.
According to her works, in the cup which she has filled to her double. How much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
I didn't inherit this land from nobody. I'm no widow. I took it from the Native Americans. And I will never suffer. That's what God tells us New Babylon is going to say. I will never see sorrow. That's what she believed. Read it again.
So much torment and sorrow give her. But she has said,
I can run a list of countries that suffered by the hands of this power. What they say? They what?
I sit a queen and am no widow.
I am no hoe. And I did not get my power by some man dying. I didn't inherit this here. I took it. And what?
And shall see no sorrow.
I ain't gonna never suffer. Ain't nobody gonna never tear down nothing. There'll never be a war in this soil. That's what they believed before 9/11. You know what 9/11 is, right? 911, emergency. Go ahead, next move.
Therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
One day. All of it happened in one day. We got up, we turned on the television, and we saw a plane in a building. We said, my God, there's an accident in New York. A plane ran into the World Trade Building. Ain't that the first thing you thought when you saw it? That's the first thing everybody thought who didn't read the Revelations. By golly, there's an accident. All in one day. Go ahead. So greater.
Death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire.
Sound familiar to me. I saw people crying. I saw people's faces covered in dust, blood all over their bodies. I saw men that were burnt so bad that they said on the news they were begging to die. That their whole body was burnt. And you know, when a person's body gets burned from head to toe, their skin, they got to put on gauze and rip them off every day. Their nerve system goes berserk. These men want to die but couldn't. They were seeking death, but death was fleeing from them. Go ahead.
But strong is the Lord God who judges her.
Hey.
And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
You remember the scene from away from New York, and they showed you smoke and fire burning coming up from a distance on the other side of the shore? Well, all them investors from Long Island, all them investors were standing off from afar because they had offices that were hooked up with the World Trade, and they just were standing there going, oh my.